Hi, I'm Levi Johnny Griffin, and this is my wife.
Portia Griffin.
And we're going to be bringing you Genesis chapter 36. A lot of names, so
Y'all pray for me, please,
be
Lord.
ready for all of these names. Literally, the whole chapter is pretty much no commentary. For all of those that have been wanting more of my wife, you're about to get her right here. Let's see. Oh, we might not. There we go.
Oh my goodness, y'all. I'm so nervous.
All right, it's on you. The whole show is you.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. Descendants of Esau. This is the account of the descendants of Esau, also known as Edom. Esau married two young women from Canaan, Ada, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and Ohilabamah, the daughter of Anah, and the granddaughter of Zibeon the Hivite. He also married his cousins Basemath, who was the daughter of Ishmael and the sister of Nebaioth. Ada gave birth to a son named Eliphaz for Esau, Lord Jesus. Basemath gave birth to a son named Reuel. Ohilabamah gave birth to sons named Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. And all the sons were born to Esau in the land of Canaan. Esau took his wives, his children, his entire household, along with his livestock and cattle, all the wealth he had acquired in the land of Canaan, and moved away from his brother Jacob. There was not enough land to support them both because of all the livestock and possessions they had acquired. So Esau, also known as Edom, settled in the hill country of Seir. This is the account of Esau, descendants of Edomites, who lived in the hill country of Seir.
Now, one thing to remember is Esau's name meant hairy, right? Mm-hmm. He had red hair. Esau meant hairy. He went and conquered a land that was already called hairy, which would give me the impression that he would be motivated to rename it. When you conquered a land, you renamed it. Think about the city of David, right? So you take the possession of a land, you would rename the city for everyone to know you're now in possession of that city. It's a kind of a point of pride, a point of strength. So he renames it Edom. So after his red hair. So from hairy to red. That's why his descendants are the Edomites and not the Esauites.
Mm-hmm. These are the name of Esau's sons: Eliphaz, the son of Esau's wife Ada, and Reuel, the son of Esau's wife Basemath. The descendants of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, and Kenaz.
So one of his children here is named Reuel. So maybe Latin people came from Edom. It's funny, but I was at church and the guy had a whole spiel about the 12 disciples, the 12 tribes, not the 12 disciples, the 12 tribes of Israel, and one tribe being where black people come from, and like one tribe being from white people, one tribe being from Latin people. If you've been kind of promoting this propaganda, let me set you straight really quickly. So Jacob had 4 wives, if you can account his 2 wives, Rachel and Leah, and then their handmaidens when they was in kind of like an arms race baby style, when they trying to pop out each other's babies at the time. If you couldn't have any more babies, you could have your handmaiden basically sleep with your husband, and all of her babies with your husband were considered your babies, right? So, and part of your household and your lineage. So in total, he had kind of 2 wives, 2 concubines. His wives were his relatives, so they would have been Hebrew. So all the babies from Jacob, who God changed name to Israel, and Rachel and Leah would have been Hebrew. So all those babies are Hebrew, nice little brown skinned Hebrew babies, right? Olive colored babies. So, and not that matters, but that's what they would have been. And the other 2, you could maybe argue that the handmaidens, maybe one was from Africa and was black, and maybe one was from Spain, and was Hispanic. But even so, their daddy was 100% full-blooded Hebrew, right? So Jewish daddy, and even if they were, black or Latin, the babies would have been half Hebrew. And, with an olive colored mixed with, kind of Spaniards at the time, probably still kind of olive colored. You wouldn't really be able to tell them apart. And then the black baby would have been kind of like light skin, hot yellow, which almost made them olive. The bunch would have all looked kind of the same. and they were all treated the same. And the Bible doesn't distinguish them as far as skin tone or heritage. So we would have to, I don't know where we get that from. And we could say maybe this tribe moved into Africa, but there was already African people. Remember, they were seeking the protection of the Egyptians. You can say maybe they moved into Spain, but not really. Remember, Spain was already established. That's why Noah got swallowed. Not Noah. Jonah got swallowed, right? He was on his way to Tarsus or Spain. So all of these peoples were established. They were around. Maybe not in the sense we think of them today, but they were already around, already established, already buying, selling, trading, right? So anyway, just to put that out there for all of those people that want to say Jesus is Spanish, or hey, Jesus is black, fight the power, right? Or, Jesus, I heard Billy Graham say it and I love it. Jesus belongs to everybody. Jesus would have been olive colored or brown skin if you but that's irrelevant. He belongs to everybody. He came to save everybody. Amen. So that all who believe, not just Jews who believe, right? Yeah. All who believe. It says, okay, well, first to the Jew and then to the Gentile, all who believe,
amen,
should be saved.
We all have a chance to get some Jesus.
Anyway, I'm not supposed to be talking. It's just I'm giving her a chance to recoup from them names.
Okay, where was I? I'll read 11.
Eliphaz, where Timon, Omar, Zipho, Godam, and Kenaz.
Mm-hmm. Timnah, the concubine of Esau's son Eliphaz, gave birth to a son named Amalek. These are the descendants of Esau's wife Ada. The descendants of Reuel were
Raul.
No, Reuel.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
My brother had a childhood friend named Raul, so I was so close to saying that.
Lamont had a friend named Raul on Sanford and Son, I think.
All right, the descendants of Reuel were Nahath, Zerah, Shema, and Mazah. These are the descendants of Esau's wife Basemath. Esau also had sons through Ohilabamah, the daughter of Anah and the granddaughter of Zebulun. Their names were Jeush, Jalem, and Korah.
I'm just thinking about his wife, Ohilabamah.
Yeah, it reminds me of Alabama, which is how I had to remember it.
It sounds like something you would say if something like spectacular happened.
Ohilabamah!
Ohilabamah.
Don't get me focused. Okay, I was focused. Don't get me off focus. Okay, verse 15 of chapter of 36 of Genesis 36. These are the descendants of Esau who became the leaders of various clans. The descendants of Esau's oldest son, Eliphaz, became the leaders of the clans of Timon, Omar, Zepho, Kenaz, Korah, Godam, and Amalek. Yeah. These are the clan leaders of the land of Edom who descended from Eliphaz. All these were the descendants of Esau's wife Ada. The descendants of Esau's son, Reuel, became the leaders of the clans of Nahath, Zerah, Shema, and Mazah.
And Mizah? Well, Alabama.
These are the clan leaders of the land of Edom who descend from Reuel. All these were descendants of Esau's wife, Basemath. The descendants of Esau and his wife, Ohilabamah, became the leaders of the clans of Jeush, Jalem, and Korah. These were the clan leaders who descend from Esau's wife, Ohilabamah, and the daughter of Anah. These are the clans descended from Esau, also known as Edom, identified by their clan leaders. Original peoples of Edom. These are the names of tribes that descend from Seir, the Horite. They lived in the land of Edom: Lotan, Shobal, Zebulun, Anah, Dejan, Ezer, and Dejan. These are the Horite clan leaders, the descendants of Seir, who lived in the land of Edom. The descendants of Lotan were Horah and Himam. Lotan's sister was named Timnah. The descendants of Shobal were Alvan, Menahath, Ebal, Shopho, and Onam. The descendants of Zebulun were Ea and Ananiah. These were you tripping me up, man. This is the Ananiah who discovered the hot springs
family.
in the wilderness while he was grazing his father's donkeys. The descendants of Aniah were the
Important
sons of
point to note
Dijon
there.
and his daughter Ohilabamah. The descendants of Dijon were Himdan, Ishban, Athran, and Kiran. The descendants of Ezar were Belhan, Zavan, and Akan. The descendants of Dejan were Uz and Aran. So these were the leaders of the Horite clans: Lotan, this is Shobal, Zebulun, Anah, Anea. Am I missing? Dejan,
Yeah.
Ezar, and Dejan. The Horite clans are named after their clan leaders who lived in the land of Seir. We're gonna get through this, y'all.
Similar to, so notice the title here in the NLT is the original peoples of Edom.
Mm-hmm.
Back when it was called Seir, and then it's talking about the descendant from Seir the Horite.
Yeah.
This whole, so it is a little bit confusing to why they would have the original people of the land listed in the Bible under Hebrew genealogy, right? Like, why would,
because it's supposed to be the descendants of Esau.
so why would anyone care, right? If the Hebrew came, like if Esau came in and just killed all the men, they took the women as slaves or wives, why, that would never be, no one would care who they were, because they eventually would kind of wiped out, and the people that are alive would eventually kind of died out, right? Because the men would have been dead or slaves, the women would have been slaves, possibly made into concubines, and the lineage would have still went through the Hebrews. With a little bit of digging, found out that Edom he was kind of doing a little politics there, because he renamed their city with them still being there. Mm-hmm. He didn't really conquer, like there's nothing I can see in there where he went conquered, because remember when the 12 tribes come, when Jacob kids come, they come and they conquer, right? They just go and slaughter stuff, right? And that's kind of how you see them, at least after they get out of Egypt, right?
Yeah.
You see all the Israelite nation coming and just kind of conquering things, and you see the 12 tribes being dominant forces and going and taking over these lands. Here, Edom seems to really have just kind of mingled with the Horites. So you see the Edomites, or the Esauites, right? Esau's kids, mingling with the Horites, till it eventually, in my studying, it says eventually they just kind of became one mesh of people. So you really couldn't tell Edomite from Horite. So that's probably not good, right? Especially when you're talking about a monotheistic race of people, and possibly a polytheistic race of people who practice totally differently. Think about Solomon, when God told him not to marry all of these foreign wives, and eventually in the beginning of his life he's so wise, and people are coming from far and wide to serve him, to learn from him. Queens are coming to learn from him. Then he takes all these foreign wives. By the end of his life, things are just falling apart. And he's like, man, how were you so wise in the beginning? And the whole thing was he began to stray away from what gave him the wisdom, which was the Lord. The Lord said, listen, bro, you can have as many wives as you want, as many concubines as you want, every long hair, short hair, Boricua, Bodaina, don't matter, brother. You can have it, right? I learned that in a song.
Yeah, I know what song.
Edit that out, no. But you can have it all. Long hair, young, old, short hair, doesn't matter. Skinny, fat.
As long
as they are Hebrew women that serve the one true God, right?
Yeah.
But he married out. By the time he dies, he's building temples to foreign God, and he's just wilding. It is horrible. And then you wonder why his son falls into ignorance. How can the wisest man in the world have like the most ignorant son on earth, right? It's because he's too busy building temples to foreign gods to train his child up in the way they should go.
Yeah, and then the people are getting mad and things.
Well, just he made it bad. And really, it was the son's fault, but it really wasn't the son's fault. It was Solomon's fault for not staying true to the one true God, for not passing on his wisdom to his son. And God cursed him for that and says, I'm going to divide the temple up divide the lands up as a curse to you, Solomon, for your reckless behavior. But all that to say, the recklessness kind of continues here with I want to say how far down. Continues here with Edom mixing the Israelites, or really, he wasn't Israel. He wasn't a descendant of Jacob. He's Jacob's brother. So the Esauites, the Edomites, mixing, still Hebrew, mixing with the Horites. And you wonder why God was not pleased with Esau. He gives up his birthright, the promise of Abraham, the blessing. God says, I'll pour everything I have out into you, and he just trades it for some soup. And then he goes intermingles with polytheists. So God is not so pleased with them. All right.
Yeah, and I just want to add.
Go ahead.
All right, really quickly. I just wanted to say.
Ohilabamah.
I wanted to touch on what my husband said, because when he first was explaining it to me, in my mind, I was like, oh, they were peaceful. There wasn't a fighting and arguing. But then when he explained how there were two different sides and that both of them really would be losing the essence of what made them who they are, it made me think about us now in modern times, how everyone wants to be so peaceful and mingle everything together. But when you mingle, you're losing the essence of what you mean. And I'm speaking to, I want to say Christians, disciples of Christ. When you want to be so peaceful that you're willing to sacrifice who you are and whose you are just for the peace to happen, then that's where there's an issue.
Yeah.
That's where there's a big issue. You want to be able to stand out, be bold, be separate. And sometimes it ain't peaceful.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're absolutely happy. You're like, I'm happy. Like if you have cornflakes and then you want to like put some milk on there and mix that
We
up.
ain't talking about food now, because I mingle with every food except meat, because I don't eat meat.
And see, you don't mingle with everything. See, everybody.
But I stand for what I'm not eating meat. So I'm peaceful until you try to come at me about eating meat.
Or if you want to mingle Frosted Flakes with some Fruit Loops, totally fine. You know what we're talking about. Or if you're black and you want to marry a white woman. Or if you have dogs and you like cats. All that type of mingling is fine. But when you begin to mingle your morals with the immorality of others, then you have to ask yourself, Jesus says, I want you to come out among. That's what anointed means. It means separated. You know, I need you to come out from among them. The Bible says we are in the world, but not of the world. He says, I want you to come out from among them. What does that mean? That means you live differently. You can live in the same neighborhood. You can live in the same apartment. You can live in the same, not just apartment complex, but in the same house.
Dorm room.
Or same dorm room with someone else. You don't have to party with them, get drunk with them, cuss with them. You know, you don't have to say foolish things. You don't have to post crazy things on your social media. You can love them. You can be friends with them. You can go see movies with them, go eat ice cream with them. But you have to come out from among them. When it comes to morality and sin, there has to be, I don't do this.
Draw the line.
You're too good to come to the bar? No, man. You're really too good to go to the bar.
Come on now.
God has put greater and more in you than this.
Yep.
So if you want to go to catch a movie or go get some ice cream, let's do it. But I'm not going to go party with you at the bar. I'm not going to do drugs with you. I'm not going to have sex with you. God has called me from among that stuff. Greater is it he and me than anyone in this world. And same with you. And if you want to come from out of that foolish lifestyle, I'm here for you. Let's do it. And if not, I can still love you. I can still preach Jesus to you. I just can't be in the places that you want to run with. So you have to come out from among them. The world, the devil, wants you to mingle. He wants to say, hey, you know what? Just love everybody. Mingle everybody. It doesn't matter. Just mingle everything. Or mingle all the religions. Mingle all the ideologies. Mingle it all. To the point where if no one stands for anything, what will the world be then? You won't matter.
Fall for everything.
Because the devil wants to get you closer to the edge.
Yep.
You know, 100 years ago, if you were having sex outside of marriage, it was contemptible. But then we say, okay, now that's okay. It's okay to have sex outside of marriage. So now if you're having babies, 50 years ago, you're like, man, what are you doing? And you're not married. But now it's like, okay, you can have sex outside of marriage and it's okay, you have babies. That's all right. 30 years ago, it's like you need two parents in the household. And now it's like, hey, men can do it on their own. Hey, I'm a single woman. I'm INDEP. I'm independent. I don't need, I don't need a man. So, and then what happens? And statistically proven, I'm writing something today about it, but it's statistically proven, if you don't come from a two-parent household, you're more likely to have a broken home. You're more likely to wind up on drugs. And this is not religion. This is statistics. So what is the cure for what the world needs? Is Jesus Christ and him crucified. Bring the standard back. Bring that, hey, we don't have sex. We don't have babies outside of wedlock. We don't have sex outside of wedlock. If you have a hot, sexy girlfriend like I did, you marry her. It's simple.
You got a hot, sexy wife now.
That's it. Now I got a hot, sexy wife. Now I can hug on her and I can kiss on her and we can go to the movies and I can spend all the amount of time with her as I wanted. But if I wanted all of those benefits without marrying her, then I'm wrong.
He wasn't going to get them either way.
And she wasn't playing that anyway. She was a godly woman.
Let me tell you, this is a whole nother subject. I don't even know if I want to touch on it, but something me and my husband, we've been talking about, and I feel it's for a future situation, but...
Y'all got us fired up today.
Yes, and we on a time crunch.
Yeah.
But one thing I want to say really quickly, really quickly, is if standards are set, then they don't need to be crossed. If women set standards that men have to abide by, then no man is going to go below those standards. If you're getting what I'm saying, am I making sense?
Mm-hmm.
So say I was set in my way as far as what God wanted me to do. I was not doing that before marriage. And so if every other woman on the planet was like that, what do men have to do? Comply to that standard. They can't go find what's the name that's going to give it up because she ain't doing it. They ain't going to go find what's the name that's giving it up because she ain't going to do it. If there was standards set amongst the unity, then we can get some stuff done, okay? All right, that's all I'm saying. All right. Rulers of Edom.
PSA.
Back on the subject.
Well, Ohilabamah.
Well, you know what? We're finishing up right here, y'all. These are the kings who ruled in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, who ruled in Edom from the city of Dinahaba. Where am I? Oh, when Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah, from Bozrah, became king in his place. When Jobab died, Husham, from the land of Temanites, became king in his place. If you don't stop moving it, that is messing me up. When Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, became king in his place and ruled from the city of Evath. He was the one who defeated the Midianites in the land of Moab. When Hadad died, Samlah from the city of Masrekah became king in his place. When Samlah died, Shaul from the city of Rehoboth on the river became king in his place. When Shaul died, Belahana, son of Akbor, became king in his place. When Belahana, son of Akbor, died, Hadad became king in his place and ruled in the city of Pel. His wife was Mehetabel, the daughter of Metrad and the granddaughter of Mezahab. I'm at the end, y'all. I've done good. Glory be to God. Verse 40 to the end. These are the names of the leaders of the clans descended from Esau, who lived in the place named for them: Timnah, Alva, Jetheth, Ohilabamah, Elah, Pinon, Pinon.
Should have let me sit down.
Kesna, Teman, Mibzar, Magdil, and Aram. Boom. These are the leaders of the clans of Edom, listed according to their settlements in the land they occupied. They all descended from Esau, the ancestor of the Edomites.
All right. Hopefully you got a lot out of this. This was supposed to be simply reading the names and the ancestry, the lineages. But you know what? We got a little deep. We need to get a little deep.
Please like, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Give your questions. We appreciate you. Please share. Start watch parties. Be a minister. Be an evangelist. Send these videos out. Send them to people. Bring them in. Invite them. Share it on your page. Like my baby posted on Facebook. What you post on your page reflects on everybody that's on your timeline. So post things of Jesus so that Jesus could go forth. Amen.
Amen.
Is that it?
All right, you want to say it on 3? 1, 2, 3. Ohilabamah. You didn't say it.
Ohilabamah. Love y'all. Deuces.